Here we are. We are starting the first adventure for the Bad Karmas and the Curse of Cthulhu.
Okay, if this is a dream, I should have skipped the jambalaya last night. Feels like I woke up in the 20s. The 1920s, to be exact. But not the fun flappers and moonshine around every corner 1920s. This is cultists trying to bring about the end of the world while claiming they're doing you a favor 1920s. Apparently, someone took roaring 20s way too literally. I'm starting to think this isn't a dream. I don't suppose it has anything to do with that ominous glowing tome I won in a card game. I knew winning that jackpot with a pair of deuces was too good to be true. Luckily, it doesn't take me long to track down the chosen ones. Or, well, the 1920s chosen ones. To be fair, their badass, brightly glowing weapons make them pretty easy to spot. I introduce myself and explain how I know their future selves. Same souls, different bodies, yada yada yada. They take it surprisingly well, but then again, compared to zealous cultists trying to release the great old ones upon the world, a time traveler with an aggressively handsome beard probably doesn't seem so shocking. We've got our work cut out for us. They might not be the chosen ones that I know, but if they really do have the same souls, then I have to believe they got what it takes to put Cthulhu and his buddies to rest. And I'll do everything I can to help. You are in a desolate vale where boreal winds scour the ruins of a village lost in swaths of snow. And the cold, not merely of the flesh, but of the soul. Your gaze shifts across the horizon until you see it, a ghostly apparition from the storm.
All right. So,
Singularly focused on its goal as it endlessly wanders toward a phantasmal destination, Ithaqua ignores you completely. It will not react to your actions.
one of the things that it didn't say verbally, and I don't know if you can see or not, but it says, remember to look for shelter from the weather to lower the cold value and avoid freezing. So clearly, that would be in these shacks. But there's only 3, and I have 4 guys. So we'll have to rotate. But at the start of your turn, you have to choose a stance for each of your 4 characters. The stances do different things. Let's see here. I think we can get some details. Yes, so the fire stance will reduce the cooldown of the next action used by 1 and makes you immune to frightened. Water stance, you can dodge one of the next attacks of the round and immune to confused. I don't think that makes sense because the storyteller just told me that Ithaqua will ignore me. Air stance, 1 movement to base movement and immune to slowed. That might be good. And earth is you're immune to push and teleport effects, immune to bleeding. So that's when you get forced around the board in ways that you don't want. And bleeding is, I think, damage over time. It's been a while since I've played, so we will just go with it and figure it out. The other thing you choose is you choose the turn order of the players. Since I don't really know what we're doing at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and, I know that I want to get some of my guys to shelter because it encouraged me to do that. So probably get the support 1 back here and one of these 2 there. Oh yeah, the blue one there and that one there. So I can't remember. I think I'm forced to move first. And ready. Okay, gangster's turn. Hugo the Gangster. The Gangster is a facilitator character. He can destabilize and expose the boss to provide the right opportunity for his allies, but his methods of support are unconventional. He has no problem firing on his own side or using strong arm tactics to spur his companions on. Well, that sounds a little nasty. Okay. Oh, welcome to Curse of Cthulhu expansion. We know you can't wait to play and have skipped the tutorial, but at least let us give you a summary of what's new. Madness and curse cards. When you face the great old ones, your heroes will suffer a curse, a special condition. New heroes are always cursed regardless of the content you play. There are different types of curses, and during the course of the game, the curse can grow but never decrease. Some effects use the curse value to enhance moves. Furthermore, if you play a Curse of Cthulhu scenario at certain curse thresholds, you will unlock powerful one shot cards, curse cards. But be careful, if you reach 7 stacks, your character will go mad, receiving a penalty for the rest of the game. Players can check the effects of their curse and madness in the hero status bar. Alright. Remember to look for shelter from the weather to lower the cold value and avoid freezing. Oh, okay. So, on the controller, you can see that the gangster's cold value is currently 1 and his curse value is 0. But I just want to get going. Can't remember if I do destabilize or what is hurt? I don't know what hurt is. Deal 2 damage to all heroes adjacent to the boss. Alright, cool. Nobody's adjacent to the boss, so that's good. Disrupting Barrage looks like the stronger attack, so that's what I'm going to do. It is a range of 1. I think I'm at range 1. Yeah, because so range 1 is there, which is right next to Ithaqua, so let's give it a go. Alright, I'm going to use the action. Okay, so at this point, we use our handy dandy Halloween Horror Nights dice tray, and okay, so the dice is finally woken up. We know that because we got the sound effect. And I rolled a 5. So I do 11 points of damage, and I destabilized.
Into your eyes. In that brief moment of white blindness, the ghostly figure vanishes. Gone. Was it merely a mirage? The ephemeral substance of a nightmare?
Okay, and so since I destabilized it, we see that side of Ithaqua turned yellow, indicating that that is destabilized. Okay, and so you guys missed it, but it says that he performed an action called Into Thin Air, which reflects what happened verbally. So it basically just means the miniature or the boss disappears from the map. So now that I've removed him, okay, it's his turn.
A piercing, terrifying howl echoes through the valley, heralding Ithaqua's return.
Okay. So basically he reduced all of the guys' movement and frightened all of them, but several of them were immune to those effects. Also, everybody got a cold, or one more cold, and a curse. So, yay, that sucks. Okay, so now it is the explorer's turn. So, let's see what she can do. She is way out here all by herself. So, she does have a nice melee and a ranged. This is a... Okay, so before I do an attack, I can also move. And her movement is listed here, which is move 3. And that's because I chose the stance that gave her extra movement. So, another... Okay, so this also causes curses, and we know that causing the boss curses is a good thing. And she is at full health with 1 curse and 2 cold. If it has 5 or more, it's frozen. Ooh, that's bad. So And I'm pretty sure that everybody has to. Now, what does frightened do? Frightened reduces your die roll by 1. Or, well, equal to whatever frightened is. Okay. So since she can move 3, and she's over here, she could move in to melee range and do something nasty. Don't want to do that though. Well, no, I do. I think this ill-fated strike looks pretty good. So let's do that. So we're gonna, we're gonna move her so she can move 3. So I'm pretty sure that I can move her 1 and 2. Okay, so yes, that worked. And now I am going to use the ill-fated strike. And see, before it was all grayed out, and that's because I was not in melee range. And now that I am in melee range, it becomes available to me. I also have this cool melee attack, but it has a critical on it, and I really want to use that on an exposed side, and it's not exposed yet. So we're going to do this and save that critical for later. So we'll do ill-fated strike. Oh, that increases the hero's curse by 1. Well, that's not what I want. I want to increase... Oh, I guess maybe just... Well, weakening... Weaken made it so... Reduced their things, yeah... I guess... I'm gonna do this one for now. Oh, I rolled a snake eyes. That's 0. Still did damage. I weakened by 3, did 5 damage, and I think I still got another curse. I was trying to avoid that.
Indifferent, Ithaqua persists in its relentless wandering.
Alright, so it moved. It says the ability is never-ending walk. So it moved from there to here. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Okay. All right, so now it's the Mystic's turn. Mystic can do all kinds of crazy stuff. Says, Yumi the Mystic. The Mystic is a support character. With her cards, she can cast spells to protect and heal allies. As the battle intensifies and her curse grows, she will begin to inflict increasingly greater damage. So that's very different from the other purple character types that were in the original episodes of the Bad Karmas. So that just goes to show that, you can't necessarily assume that how a particular character is going to interact. The nice thing is, they haven't really taken any damage at this point. Destabilize. I think we want to do that. Maybe make another side unstable. Apply protected to all heroes adjacent to the boss. Well, nobody's adjacent to the boss, so that doesn't make sense. I said I wanted to use the Fool attack because that is... Well, I'm not so sure about increasing the hero's curse stack, because that's a double-edged sword. What does Cleanse do? Cleanse removes negative conditions. Duh. All right. Oh, so Justice will expose. And that's a range 2. And we can see that she is within range. I could, I think, even move her one away. Yeah, let's do that. Let's move her one away. Can I put her... Well, let's test this a little bit. Well, no. We don't have to worry about the cold just yet. She's going to move back. And then let's have her use Justice to try to expose that side. Okay. Shake of the dice. Shake of the dice. What she said. Throw again? Come on. Alright, so that... Okay. So now I have exposed this side. And the benefit of exposing is that you can do some pretty serious damage with criticals at this point. However, Ithaqua just doesn't care what we're doing, which has been made clear all along. It just continues to march along. So it's going to go there now. All right. So now that all of my... Oh, hang on. So the detective has a turn. Okay. Okay, James the detective. The detective is a defensive and supportive character. His abilities allow him to gain the protected status and heal himself or grant it to allies. He can also inflict negative statuses on the boss. These characteristics make him a tough, close-range fighter, but be careful where you position him. Will you isolate yourself by attracting the boss's attention and increasing the curse, or will you stay close to your allies and support them? Okay. So yeah, that is consistent with what I've seen with other green character types. So it's good to know that he works that way too. I do have an exposed side, and he is close to that exposed side, but he does not have an attack that can take advantage of that, which is really too bad. Let's see. He's at full health. 1 curse. Movement is reduced to 1. Cold 2. So I think Weaken said that it... No. Okay. What was the thing that kept it so that their exposed lasts longer? What does protected do? Protected takes less damage. Yeah, that makes sense. Taunt the boss for 2 turns. Yeah, that's probably bad. Guess he'll just take a shot at him. I'm a little worried about attacking the exposed side because I don't want to change that condition. So I'm going to move James, and James can only move 1 space. And let's see. The gun attack that I'm going to do does only has a range of 2. I'm going to see if the shacks create obstacles that prevent me from being able to attack. Or, nah. Yeah, let's do that. So, I'm going to move him here. And let's do that ranged attack now. Shake the dice. Shake the dice. Get that dice a shaking. 7 damage. Days 2. I did get a curse.
Ithaqua vanishes before the hero's very eyes.
Okay, so Ithaqua removed from the board because of that.
Though vexed by your insolence and now aware of your presence, Ithaqua continues its eternal march.
Okay, still reminding me about reducing my cold value. So why is that flashing? I know that that's bleed. You're into bleeding. Well. Alright. So all the guys, I guess let's get to shelter. So let's see here. I guess turn order doesn't super matter, but I want everybody to be able to move. So let's just go doot, 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 doot. Let's go. Oh, did I not choose her stance? I want her to have that stance. What? Come on. Alright, so the Mystic gets to go first. She's over there. She has bleed. Whoever takes damage equal to for each step. Ah, okay. So she's going to take damage when she moves. But I don't care because she's got 3 cold. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to definitely use the lovers. I think that makes a lot of sense. Or, no, maybe focused. Yeah, I'm going to use Focus Fate. So focusing is always good if you don't really have anything else better to do, because I think it gives you bonuses to your next die roll. So she's going to move into the shelter.
You step over the threshold of the decrepit hut. Though scarcely more than a husk, it offers a semblance of refuge. Here, the biting cold relents ever so slightly, as if the ruins themselves exhaled, like a lingering breath from their former dwellers.
Okay, so she took damage. And now I can play a card and, ooh, what is this? Warm yourself, warm yourself. Yeah, definitely want to do that. Didn't realize it was a special action. Set to 0 their cold value. Oh, this will let me heal. Cool. So it reduces my cold to 0 and lets me heal equal to my dice roll. Alright, let's warm up by the fire. Warm yourself. Only healing 2, but hey, something's better than nothing. That was the only damage she had, so she's back to full health. Good.
A piercing, terrifying howl echoes through the valley, heralding Ithaqua's return.
So everybody's gonna get scared and have their movement reduced. Frightened. Oh, okay. So nobody's movement was reduced because of the stance that I chose, but everybody took more cold and another curse, and Ithaqua's back and ready to party. So if I'm reading the map right, it is that facing. Yay! All right, so. Ooh, yeah, the detective is got 4 cold, so if we get 5 or more, we're frozen. So I think everybody really should focus on warming up this round. So he can move 3. So we're going to just have him go here into the shelter. And he heals 4. But he was undamaged before, so... Oh, and you see the frightened applied a -1. Somehow I got cursed. I don't know how that works.
Indifferent, Ithaqua persists in its relentless wandering.
Okay. So, moving. He just wanders aimlessly, it appears. Okay. So, just like everybody else, this guy, the gangster, has 4 cold, and so I am gonna have him not freeze either. So he's gonna go here. Does mean bad news for my explorer. At least I assume it's bad news. We'll find out. Oh. So there's something special here. A tome, and it's a fast action. Let's do that. This action does not end the turn. Use it. Oh, okay. So he got Rite of Fire, Ice Melting, Collective Heat, and Curse Growth 2. Kind of wish somebody else had that. Let's see what it does. Remove from the map all ice crystal props. Don't have those yet. All heroes set to 0 their cold value and lose frozen. That's really good. Increases his curse by 2 though. Well, I am worried about the explorer, so let's do that. Let's use it. Hey, everybody warmed up. Marching on aimlessly around the map like frozen creatures do. So now the explorer can actually do something besides worrying about freezing, because her cold is 0 now and she can move 3. So she does have this awesome critical, which has to be used on that, I think it's called Exposed. I don't remember. So that's exactly what she's going to do. She's going to go right here to this vulnerable spot. And she is going to Vorpal Strike. Yes. If the hit, it's exposed. So that's what that means. Okay. Alright. Let's Vorpal it up. Ooh, got a 1. 4 damage, but it's a critical, so critical is double damage. Okay, so that removes the exposed and makes that side stable. The explorer got a curse, which seems to just always happen. These guys, I don't fully understand curses yet, and this looks bad.
Without halting its stride, Ithaqua sweeps the heroes from its path.
Okay, so the explorer got a cold and 3 damage. She also got moved, so she got pushed to here, and then Ithaqua moved here and is facing that away. Correct. And now we're on a new round. Okay.
Though vexed by your insolence and now aware of your presence, Ithaqua continues its eternal march.
And you can see Ithaqua's health bar is up here, so I need to find a way to get him exposed again. So she's at full. She's got 3 curse and 1 bleed. Okay. So there's a way to expose, but it's on cooldown. So that's not going to work. Let's see. Oh, this is nice. See everybody's stuff. Critical pull. No. Okay, so he's got an expose. And does this guy have an expose? No. Okay. And our tank is right by Ithaqua, so that's good. So we're going to have him go first. So we'll go back to the screen, choose our tank in the first position, and he's not going to need to move very far. Let's look at his stats, though, real quick. So full life, 4 curse, 0 cold. Cool. Not worried about nothing. I want... let's reduce our cooldown. He's ready. Okay. Next. So next is the Explorer, or in proximity is the Explorer. I don't think that she has another... Yeah, that's on cooldown for 2 turns. So that doesn't make sense. Let's see what the other characters have. And okay. So she's got a critical, but she's way out there. So she's gonna go next. And we are going to give her the extra movement because she's so far away. All right. Don't quite know what to do from here. Let's see. So if I look at the Explorer again, the Explorer has 2 cold. So yeah, the Explorer's the only one that has cold, and she has a little bit of damage. Thinking she'll likely go 3rd, but I don't quite know what to do with her. Where's the other? Dodge and attack, immune to push. Well, what's her movement? Her movement is not hindered, so I think that base movement is 2. yeah, she's right in the middle of things, so 2's not bad, so I don't super need extra movement. Let's, she got shoved last time. Let's make her immune to shove. Okay, and that leaves our gangster, who's way off in La La Land, so let's give him movement so that he can be versatile. Okay, so we're starting off with our gangster. He's not cold because he's in shelter. That's good. We want him to use the flailing barrage to expose. But I also think that we should get him out of the shelter so that other people can use it. So let's put him here. And then we'll use our flailing barrage. We're going to use the action. Alright. It's time once again to shake the dice. Shake the dice. Shake the dice. Ooh, got a 6. 10 damage, expose, hurt 2. Alright, got an upgraded action. So that takes my flailing barrage from level 2 to level 3. Oh, it also upgraded my other Tommy gun attack. Very nice.
Indifferent, Ithaqua persists in its relentless wandering.
So it moved here, which is actually a little bit of a problem because I was planning to have the Mystic attack the exposed side, but it's completely in an area where she probably can't get to it. So might have to rethink this turn. Let's see. So she was going to use Death, and Death requires a 1. She does have 3 movement. Can she get anywhere? 1, 2, 3. Let's try that. So I'm going to move her 1, 2, 3. Let's see if the app will allow me to do it. No, it says max steps are 3. So I guess that's not going to work. I guess she's going to end up using the Fool. So the Fool is another ranged attack at 2. So she has to cut. So she is here. And range 2 would be like, I think that's range 2. So 1, 2. So let's see if that's still available to her there. Okay, so she did take a damage because she has bleed. But she's really healthy, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah, Fool works. Let's do it. It is going to give her more curse, but whatever. It's just part of this Cthulhu thing. Shake that dice. Alright, got a 6. She did 13 points of damage and took 2 more curses. Ithaqua is going to move here. Not ideal, not terrible. Alright, so now we got our Explorer. So she does have that critical attack, but it is on cooldown. She's got Curse 4, Cold 2. Not too worried about her cold yet. Got an attack 4 with weaken, an attack 5 with curse growth and weaken. Okay. Let's go for the ill-fated strike. So in order to do that, she's got to move into melee range. She's gonna go here. And then we're gonna fire it up. Shake, shake, shake. Oh, didn't shake it enough. Alright, now that's telling me to throw it. We know that the dice is primed and ready. Boom, 5. 10 damage. Curse growth 1, weaken 4. Okay. Oh. So, Ithaqua turns towards her. And last time she got smacked. Oh, she got an upgrade. That's good. The ill-fated strike got upgrade. All right. 3 stars. And weakening whiplash. Haven't used that one yet, but oh wait, maybe I did.
Ithaqua slows its pace and sweeps the heroes aside with its monstrous hands.
Okay, so I think I probably chose her stance correctly because I was worried about her getting pushed. Let's see if she gets pushed. Cannot be moved. Still takes 3 damage. So does the detective. Oh, the detective got moved. So he is now out here. Okay. And there's some cold. Yeah, so the explorer got cold. Alright, what are we doing with the detectives? So, the detective has 3 damage, 4 curses, 0 cold. Probably want to shoot. What does vulnerable do? Unstable and exposed sides of the boss are not deactivated when hit for 2 turns. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a weak attack, though. And what is weaken? Oh, that reduces hate and rage and power. Alright. Don't think Ithaqua has any of those. So, yeah, I mean, we know that he's exposed, so we want to keep it that way. And so let's go that route. So that's a painful gunshot at a range of 2. So the gangster's currently at range 1. So that's fine, but he can move further away and be a little bit safer. So if I move there, that's still 2, I think. So let's do that. Yep. And we'll fire up the painful gunshot. Locked and loaded. 7 damage. Vulnerable 2. Weakened. That's pretty sweet. Some sort of status effect. I guess that's probably the weaken. Alright, another action upgrade. Dazzling gunshot. Ooh. Painful gunshot. Yes.
Without halting its stride, Ithaqua sweeps the heroes from its path.
So the explorer got cold again and damaged, but she didn't get pushed. So that was a good stance for her to take, that anti-push stance. So I guess anybody that I think is going to get into melee with him should probably probably have that. All right.
The unfathomable horror haunts its ceaseless wandering. Ithaqua, its ancestral name, slowly turns towards you. Then it screams. A scream that could rip apart the edges of sanity. Quickly, the storm envelops you in its malevolent chill.
Avoid ice crystals remaining near abandoned huts. They may cause them to collapse. Oh. Okay. So it's got vulnerable. So that means that I can use that more than once. And empowered. So it pushes my guys forward and does extra damage. Wow, he can just shove them on the other side of the map. That's not cool. Okay, so we need to get the Mystic in there first because she's got a critical, yes. And she can do critical at ranged 1. Okay, so the Explorer is frozen. When you're frozen, well, I guess she's frozen. I don't know. What is it? So, freezing cannot use their actions. They must find a source of heat to warm themselves or try to temporarily resist the code. Okay, so we got to get her into a shelter and warm. So I'm gonna have her go next. And I don't know. What is that one? You can dodge an attack. Sure. We don't know what Ithaca's gonna do. It's getting more and more unpredictable. Let's go. All right. That guy is way back there. So we're gonna have the gangster go next. And he needs to run. And then have... I keep getting their names confused, I think. I don't know what he's doing. Does he have a... Okay. I don't know. We'll figure him out. So he's got a melee. That's on cooldown. Doesn't really need to heal. Not in... This looks... One of these two looks good. So... What does that do? Protected. Apply protected to the hero. Okay, so he can protect somebody from a range. That's nice. Oh, but that taunts the boss. And then... Oh yeah, let's keep the vulnerability going. So yeah, let's get that. So he'll want to do an attack from range 2. Okay. I'll go with cooldown again. So it's the Mystic. And we want her to be able to use Death. In order to use Death, gotta attack on the critical side. So... Oh, you know what? I have my facing on Ithaqua wrong, which is actually perfect because that means that that exposed side is revealed to her. So that's what she's going to do. She's not even going to move. She's just going to be summon death. I'm not going to use the tray just because it will get in the way right now. Oh, should have used the tray. Still, 14 points of damage is 14 points of damage. Oh, and Ithaqua is gone. Out of there. Okay. Upgraded the fool. Everybody plays the fool sometimes.
Ithaqua turns to the heroes, and a sudden lash of frozen air whips towards them.
Oh, okay. So the explorer gets an opportunity to dodge this attack. So that's cool. I'm glad that I gave her that stance. So looks like she's got to roll a 4 or higher to dodge the attack. And I got a 5. All right. Everybody else took 9 points of damage, reduced their movement. However, the gangster was immune to movement reduction, and I think everybody that got damaged also took a cold. So, not cool. Ithaqua is back and ready to party right here. Okay. So now we've got our explorer, and she's freezing. She has got 6 cold, so she can't use her stuff until she gets warm. So she is going straight into this hut here. Now she's gonna warm herself. And see, all of this cold and warming yourself, that's unique to Ithaqua.
Ithaqua extends a slender arm towards the hero. Beside them, a massive ice crystal springs forth from the ground.
And this particular map. So just an example of how unique each and every boss that you encounter can be. Oof, okay. So this is not great. So Ithaqua moved here. And ice crystal formed, which damaged the explorer and gave her bleed. And then also the app's been warning that the ice crystals can cause these structures to collapse, so hopefully we get an opportunity to get out of there before it does that. You know what? Ithaqua's facing the wrong direction. He needs to be facing this way. Gangster. Gangster, gangster. So the gangster can expose, destabilize, do stuff like that. So, does that protect himself? Applies protected to the hero. Yeah, I assume that's himself. And he also deals additional damage. Okay, yeah, I think destabilize. Let's expose another side because we've got a decent amount of weaken going on, and if we can increase the opportunities for doing critical damage, that's always good. So the gangster has Curse of 4, 51 life, and 2 cold. He can also move 3 spaces. So we're going to get him into range of 2 to expose another side of Ithaqua. So, 1, 2. So I'm pretty sure. You know what? This central space out here looks like a really good spot for him to be. So that should still be range 2. It is. And so we will Do a flailing barrage. All right. So 12 points of damage. We exposed another side, and we can see that side light up. That's awesome. Ithaqua goes into thin air. Boom. Upgrades. Collateral damage. All right.
A piercing, terrifying howl echoes through the valley, heralding Ithaqua's return.
Reduces the movement of the mystic and the detective. The gangster's frightened. The gangster, the detective, and the mystic all got cold, and I think they got curse as well. Ithaqua is back, as we were just told. There. Back to partay. Okay, the detective. What's the detective gonna do? So, the detective does not have a critical that I can see. He has 3 cold, reduced movement 1, curse of 6. Let's see, when does the curse get bad? Curse gets bad at 7. Need to probably reduce his curse somehow. What is this? This is... okay. Doesn't seem like he has the ability to reduce his own curse. Right? Heal equals the curse's stack, so that's gonna... I think the Mystic's gonna have to take care of him. But we like vulnerability because that is maintaining our exposed sides, and he is right by Ithaqua. Do want to move him a little further away, and this has a range of 2, so let's put him here. Max steps are 1. Oh yeah, because his movement's reduced. Alright, fine. Well, a little away is better than nothing. Okay, and let's go for a dazzling gunshot. Well, wouldn't call that razzle dazzle, but hey, 5 damage is 5 damage, right? Okay.
Wrought by the eldritch will of Ithaqua, suddenly shatters. The shattered fragments are hurled into the air with the force of 1,000 gales. The wilderness around you is violently transformed, leaving only chaos and destruction.
Chaos and destruction.
The ruined hut, already a mere specter of its former self, suddenly collapses, as if the very air around it had become an implacable foe. What remains is a heap of logs and planks, like the bones of an ancient leviathan, frozen and forgotten.
Okay, so... alright, all kinds of stuff happened. So the ice crystal destroyed the shack, so that is gone. And it also pushed shoved the explorer. But she didn't move anywhere because she immediately collided with the gangster, which caused them both damage. Okay, and then Ithaqua changes its facing. We start another round.
Your actions have awakened the ancient creature's wrath. Ithaqua will stop at nothing to do away with you.
Okay, so he's got some status effects. So he's got dazed, can't perform standard reactions. That's nice. Weakened, the unstable and exposed stay for 2 attacks, and he really pushes the heck out of us if he attacks. So, I was quite concerned about a couple guys here. Has 6 curses, and as we mentioned, 7 curses is bad. The detective has 6 curses. The gangster has 5. And the explorer has 5. Okay, so let's focus on the 2 that are not great. Set the remnants on fire. Oh, that's funny. So you can still warm yourself in the remains of the destroyed cabin. But what is her cold? Her cold is 1, so I'm not worried about her cold. She's got... Okay, so she can do some damage. That's what she should focus on. She's going to do a critical attack. And... Oh. Her movement's not reduced, so she could move 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it looks like she could move in range. So let's get her over there. She'll go first. She's got the moves like Jagger. Okay. So I am concerned about curses. So I think the Mystic is the only person that can deal with curses. Cleanse. What does cleanse do? Remove negative conditions? No. I swear I saw somebody have an ability. Oh, no, it's heal. Well, wait. Yeah, so it's just healing equal to the... Oh, I might not have a way to deal with curses. They might just get worse. Expose. Let's expose another side. On range of 2. So, is her movement reduced? It is, so she can only move 1 space. Let's do this then. Let's actually... I'm ready. Move her here. I'm ready. And then the Mystic. And if the Mystic... let's reduce cooldown. And then probably need to start keeping an eye on people's health, maybe? 48. 4. Is it 5 cold? 5 cold, so he should probably get warm. And I guess what about this guy? Yep, so this guy's a warm. Okay. So... Oh, was his movement reduced? No. But I'm thinking that pushing is going to be bad, so let's do that. Or... Yeah. Okay. Dude, is his movement reduced? It is not. So again, let's Let's make it so he can't get pushed. Alright. Oh. Hang on. Just gonna have her move. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay. I think it's probably safer for her to not get pushed. Okay, so Mystic is going. She's down 10 hit points. She's got 4 cold. Really want her to expose another side. But maybe it makes more sense for her to warm. Nah, let's stay on the aggression. Let's worry about the dice roll, and we'll get back to fixing the map in a moment. Alright. Healed 10. Exposed another side, as you can see the... Oh. Yep, Madness is unleashed. That's going to happen to all my guys now.
Ithaqua extends a slender arm.
Thanks for the visit, buddy.
Beside them, a massive ice crystal springs forth from the ground.
Okay. She took damage when that happened, as one would assume. 8 damage, and bleed, and cold. And now she's frozen. Alright, cool. Explorer. Explorer has 1 cold, so we're not worried about warming her up. Okay, so she's got a critical. Oh, the problem is that she is quite far from Ithaqua. So she's not going to be able to get into melee range because she can only move 2. Oh, but she is at 24 health, so healing might make sense. What else we got? Yeah. She should probably be healed. Gonna move her just a little bit. She could move more, but I don't quite know where I want things. And let's go ahead and do the Spark of Hope. That's okay. Healed 8, cleansed. Oh, cool. So I didn't realize that. That might have put her in a different spot if I had.
Ithaqua turns to the heroes, and a sudden lash of frozen air whips towards them.
Icy breath. So he basically uses Icy Breath on the Mystic, doing 9 points of damage to her, reducing her movement by 1, and giving her another point of cold. She's already frozen, so it's not the end of the world that happened, except for the damage. And as you can see, we are below the halfway point on the boss's life. We have lost all of the weakness and stuff, though, so that has me a little bit concerned. Because I've got 3 exposed sides, and I kind of want to keep them. Okay, so the detective has 4 cold, so he probably needs to warm himself. Oh, but he does have an attack that applies vulnerable, and I was just talking about how I was concerned about losing my vulnerable. So let's do that instead. He is going. The painful gunshot has a range of 2, so I believe if he's here, he can attack him. He's got full movement, so he can move 2 spaces. And let's fire off a painful gunshot. Six damage, but the more important thing is the vulnerability. So, happy about that. Oh, yeah, it did cause him to lose one of his exposed sides. And, you know, madness. Madness. Let's see, breath again. On the mystic again. Not cool, man. You're freezing out my mystic. I wonder if she's even alive still. Took 7. I am concerned about that, so I'm going to check. She has 11 health left, so healing her is a top concern. The gangster does not have the ability to heal his teammates, from what I can see. So he does not have any critical attacks. And the attack that exposes is on cooldown. So this disables 2 sides, and if I do that, it will change one of the exposed sides to destabilize, and I think expose is better than destabilize, so I don't really want to do that either. He could protect himself. He could just not care and do some damage. Retaliate when the hero takes damage. Okay. That is focused. Yes, so he'll get a +2. It is a time to do a good attack. And is hurt automatic damage? Yes. Oh, all heroes. I don't like that. Why would I do though? Because it strengthens adjacent heroes. Yeah, don't really like that. I do like the collateral damage, even though it's gonna cost me a thing. Or do I just go warm him up? He's the last to act for the turn. Let's press the attack. So he can move 2, which means he's going to attack an exposed side. And what stance is he? He is in the non-push stance. All right. Collateral damage. Boop. Boop. Got a 6 plus 2. 15. That's good. Okay, Ithaqua disappears. Whoop. There you go.
Ithaqua turns to the heroes, and a sudden lash of frozen air whips towards them.
Ooh, 5 damage to all dudes. All movement reduced. All cold increased. Detective's frozen. Gangster's frozen. The gangster did do 3 points of retaliation. Wow, wow, wow. Not cool, man. Not cool. Guys didn't move, but Ithaqua is here. Okay. Wow, 3 of my guys are frozen. That sucks. Alright.
Your actions have awakened the ancient creature's wrath. Ithaqua will stop at nothing to do away with you.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay. So, who's all frozen? She's frozen. So Mystic is frozen. And almost dead, too, right? 6 life. Ugh. Okay. She cannot... take more damage. So... she's got to move. That's all there is to it. 1, 2, 3, I think. The 3 will get her there. How is the Explorer on cold? Explorer's got 3 cold. Not worried about that. It would be nice to get her in range for some group healing. So let's have her go next. Is her movement reduced? Yes. So she can only move 1 space. Yeah, I think that's okay. So, I don't know what she's going to end up doing. But getting pushed is bad. Whoop. Okay, I would like the detective. Hang on. How's the gangster doing alive? Gangster's fine. He's frozen though. The detective is also frozen. Ah, that sucks. That sucks. Let's rethink her deal. 19 though, that's bad. That's really bad. But she's got the Vorpal Strike. I don't know. Let's put her near the back and just see what happens. Or not. Yes. I could make her move 2. It's probably a safer thing. Okay, these guys are frozen. So that's what they're gonna do, is deal with their frozen. He has reduced movement. 1, 2. Okay, so he needs to do the increased movement. And I'll go there. And I think he also needs, yes, he also needs increased movement. All right, hopefully I know what I'm doing. All right, so the Mystic can move. All right, she got some stats effects. Let's look at the madness. At the end of their turn, the hero suffers 5 damage for each of the negative condition of their negative condition. The hero's curse stat can no longer increase. Does that mean she's gonna take 25 damage? If that's the case, that's stupid. She also has bleeding, so if I move her 3, she's gonna take 6. And that's all she has. So, I need to reconsider what I was doing with her. Which sucks. Because I'm basically gonna put her in this cabin. Alright, hang on. What does withstand the cold do? On a 4 or more, does not end your turn. Okay. On a 4 or more, you can normally use your actions. Okay. On a 3 or less, you increase the curse stack. Okay. Can't increase curse stack. Wait a minute. Okay, so it would just give me the opportunity to use my own actions. Yeah, I think I need to do that. Let's hope for the best. Got a 4. Oh, come on. It didn't register. You... 2. Oh. Alright, that was a wasted turn.
Ithaqua turns to the heroes, and a sudden lash of frozen air whips towards them.
Okay. So yeah, real bad stuff just happened. Alright, so Ithaqua moved here and did 10 points of damage to the Mystic and the Gangster. Neither of them had their movement reduced, but that would have happened. They both took more cold. That doesn't matter because they're both frozen. The Gangster retaliated, doing 3 points of damage to Ithaqua, so that's nice. And the Mystic is knocked out. So I don't really remember how that works, but I do know that she's down.
A lifeless body, half buried in snow at the icy feet of Ithaqua. The wind carries a mournful cry for the defeated. Their valiant attempt but a fleeting spark against the inexorable darkness.
If needs to get warmed up, and he's got enough health that if the thing collapses on him, it's not the end of the world. So we're gonna try and get him in there. So let's see if it'll work. Looks like it. Okay, that's good. Alright, so now he needs to either revive the Mystic. Now you can't. What is this? What does that thing mean? Revive and heal. Yeah. I don't know what the... Well, if he can do that, he should do that. Okay, so he can't revive the Mystic for some reason. Probably because she just got knocked out. That makes sense. He's going to warm himself. And the curse deals 5.
Ithaqua slows its pace and sweeps the heroes aside with its monstrous hands.
Alright, the gangster got shoved and knocked across the board. Taking 8 damage and doing 3 back to Ithaqua. Was no longer vulnerable, so... Alright. Can't revive the Mystic. He is frozen. Does not have the extra movement. Wait, does he? Yes, he does. Oh, the gangster's going to use the... Oh, hang on a second. Yeah, okay. So because the gangster has more life than the explorer, he's going to move to the remains, and he's going to set the remnants on fire. The reason I'm doing it that way is because he does get damage. So it's one of the rare times you want to roll low. And I got a 3. Okay, I'll take middle of the road. Oh, +1 because he's focused. That sucks. Ooh, I unlocked a crazy madness attack. And Ithaqua uses Icy Breath to do 7 points of damage to the gangster. The explorer also is frozen and needs to warm up. So she's running for the shelter as well. Warm yourself. Ah, just 1? Of all people that needed to heal, she only heals 1. And she's mad. Mad. Alright.
Ithaqua turns its piercing gaze to the ice crystals. They violently explode.
Frozen hell. Okay. So the detective took 8 damage. The shack and the ice crystal were destroyed. And is he now here? Yep, that seems right.
Your actions have awakened the ancient creature's wrath. Ithaqua will stop at nothing to do away with you.
Okay. We need to revive the Mystic. And the detective is the one that's best suited to do that. So likely he will go first. Let's look at a few things real quick. So she's at 20 life and no cold. He's at 23 life and 2 cold. Detective's at 35 life and 1 cold. Okay, so we're not concerned about cold. Healing is a minor concern at this point. Does that heal? He heals himself with that one. And that is also himself. Okay, gotta go revive the mystic. So that's first and foremost in my mind, and the detective is the one to do that. Is his movement reduced? It's not reduced. He needs to move 1 to do that. What has Ithaqua been doing to us lately? He has been breathing on us. So let's dodge the attack. Okay. So then the Explorer has that cool Vorpal Strike. So she would need to get in range to do that. And that is range 2. Maybe that's first. And if she's doing that, she has to be in melee, and I'm pretty sure he'll push if she's in melee. Then the gangster, what is the gangster is a stupid character. But he got this cool attack, which can stun. Boss skips turns equal to the number of the conditions. Yep. So that's what he's going to do. And that would be a ranged attack. And so he will also dodge. Alright, got a plan. Okay, so we want the Explorer to do Vorpal Strike. So she's going to go right over here. And boop. Boop. Doubled for 22. Nice. Okay. Let's get out of here. That took like half of his remaining life though, so that's great. And Vorpal Strike upgraded. Nice. I don't know what jump does, but we'll figure it out later. Ooh, got a new one.
Ithaqua turns to the heroes, and a sudden lash of frozen air whips towards them.
Okay, so the detective gets to dodge. And he dodged. Gangster gets to dodge. And he dodged. 9 damage to the Explorer. That's not good. And they all get some cold. Yeah. Big shock. The detective. We were going to have the detective revive the mystic, because the mystic needs to do some healing. So he's going to move. I'll have him move up here, because I don't want him covering the cabin in case somebody needs to heal. So I still don't really understand how to revive. So I'm going to see if he just moves onto her space, if that does it. seem to do it either. Come on. Alright. Well, I don't know how to revive her. Was not around, so I guess all he can do is to do his own healing. And his own healing, the best one, is kind of bad for other heroes to be by. I wish I understood what's going on with the revive. We used solitary focus to heal 7, get focus, but then he took 5 damage, which I think is from the madness.
Ithaqua extends a slender arm towards the hero. Beside them, a massive ice crystal springs forth from the ground.
I'm not sure if Ithaqua was back and I just missed it or what, but he's back now. Yeah, the gangster got damaged with an ice crystal. But he retaliated. He's also bleeding. Cool. No, why I would want to do that. Remove from the map. Okay, I guess maybe because it won't be used later against us. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Break the ice.
Ithaqua turns to the heroes, and a sudden lash of frozen air whips towards them.
All right. So yeah, so he froze the gangster. It did 7 damage to the explorer and the gangster, and reduced their movement. Yeah, and made them cold. You know, sucky stuff. Oh, and then that ice crystal's just immediately back. Boom. I think I just had 2 more guys die.
Your actions have awakened the ancient creature's wrath. Ithaqua will stop at nothing to do away with you.
I guess they're not dead, they're just frozen. Still, I'm not happy. So, let's figure this out. Okay, the detective is not frozen, that's good. But that means that both these guys are, and they... Oh, no, is she not? She's not. Alright, they just barely have any life. Okay. Maybe now he can revive the mystic? I don't know. Let's have him go first, though. Just because, like, I don't know how that works. Why does he keep picking her? I think dodge makes sense. He needs to not be frozen. I don't know what she's doing. She's almost dead. Guess she could do another critical and maybe finish this. Let's do that. And so if she's doing she should not be pushed. Okay. All right. Oh, now we can revive the Mystic. Okay, well, that's good. I'm still gonna... Oh, it's on cooldown. Shit. Alright, well, let's revive the Mystic. $23. Nope, it didn't register. Come on. 26. Throw again. You get one more try dice and then you're switching out. 26. Yeah, okay, fine. $21. It's like the worst of all the rolls, but hey, whatever. Yay, Mystic is back.
Ithaqua extends a slender arm towards the hero. Beside them, a massive ice crystal springs forth from the ground.
Alright, so really got it out for the gangster for whatever reason. Oh, and he killed them. Or knocked him out. However that goes.
The hero has fallen. A lifeless body, half buried in snow at the icy feet of Ithaqua. The wind carries a mournful cry for the defeated. Their valiant attempt but a fleeting spark against the inexorable darkness.
And the detective... Okay. Originally I was going to have the detective revive the Mystic, but the other one did that. We've got an exposed side, and vulnerable is a good way to make that stay. So we got the painful gunshot and the dazzling gunshot, which are literally the exact same card. So it doesn't matter. He's just got to be in range 2, which he already is. And he can't get much better than that. I'll do it. Oh, gotta pick the thing. Roll the 6, 7. Good.
As you utter words ancient and forbidden, Ithaqua's form begins to dissolve into the very elements from which it had drawn its fearsome power. The great old one is banished. Banished like a nightmare, dispelled at dawn. You breathe a guarded sigh of relief, knowing that Ithaqua has departed from our world for now.
All right. Oh my geeky goodness. I didn't believe I was going to pull that off. So we won. It took 8 rounds. We had 25 health left. 3 heroes were alive. And we got a score of B. So here we can also see the stats for the individual characters. The Mystic dealt 27 damage, took 47 damage, healed 2, moved 4, used air the most. She got, what is that bad? Survivor had the most negative conditions and total damage received. The Detective, 34 damage, 45 damage received, 14 zones. He definitely got a movement badge. Most negative conditions applied to the boss and alterations to its sides. Okay. The Gangster got all that good stuff. Most damage dealt and MVP. Okay. No, can't argue with that, I guess. And yeah, all right, ready. So that was that. In the prior episode, you would often get a card after you had completed it. That did not take place in this particular volume, so I'm thinking that Curse of Cthulhu might end up being harder than the Bad Karma's Curse of the Zodiac. But thank you for staying up with me tonight and checking out this brand new game that's just releasing to backers this week. This has been the Bad Karmas and the Curse of Cthulhu. And continue to spread that oh my geeky goodness to the ones you love and, well, just about everybody. So have a great night, everybody.